Who needs a magician when you can pull a rabbit out of your Weber? Today we're turning this hopper into a showstopper. If you've never tried barbecue rabbit before, you're in for a treat. And today we're firing up the Weber Kettle and taking rotisserie cooking to the next level. By the end of this video, you're going to know how to make the most juiciest and flavorful rotisserie rabbit ever. Do you know how hard it is to get fresh rabbit these days? It's finally time to give bugs a sponge bath. Into a large container, you want to add 16 cups of water, which I've already done. Then add 1 cup of kosher salt or cooking salt, 1/4 cup of dried sage, 1/4 cup of dried basil, a head of garlic that's been cut in half, 1 tablespoon of whole black peppercorns, 2 bay leaves, and 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Now you just want to mix this up until the salt and sugar is all dissolved. You can heat this up if you want, but you have to let it fully cool down before you put your rabbit into it. Now glove up. Now it's time for the bunny to have a little soak in the fridge overnight in his little bath. And we'll see you tomorrow. Brining adds moisture and flavour, ensuring you have juicy meat. Now, after 12 hours in the fridge, we can get the rabbit out of the brine. Glove up. We'll just need to rinse this off under some cold water, and you just want to pat it dry with some paper towel. Using some sharp kitchen shears, we're just going to cut through that breastplate. And therefore we can just butterfly it out a little bit. And we can push this aside. Now it's time to make a dry rub that's going to complement the bunny's natural sweet flavour. Into a rub shaker, you want to put 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of dried rosemary that's been ground into a powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt or cooking salt if you can't find it, and 1/2 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. Give that a good shake up, partially glove up, and then we're going to apply the rub to both sides of the rabbit to give it a nice even coating. Now I do tend to apply my rubs from a height of 30 centimetres. This just allows the rub particles to separate before they hit your meat. This in turn gives you a much more even flavour across every part of what you're cooking. And now our rabbit is dressed to impress. Today I'm going to be using a 57 centimetre Weber Kettle, and I'm pairing it up with the rotisserie ring, a rotisserie basket, and heat beads hardwood lump charcoal, because I want to be roasting of temps around 220 degrees Celsius today. Don't forget to add some wood. I'm going with cherry today. Don't forget to carefully put your grill back in. Add the rotisserie ring and the lid, making sure the lid vent and the bowl vents are wide open, and we're going to let that warm up. Now, setting up your Weber correctly is not rocket science, but it is barbecue science. And just for those of you who keep saying don't smoke inside, I'm clearly not. You just don't see the airflow that is right behind the camera. Indirect heat ensures you have even cooking, unless you're into charred surprises. Now it's time to secure the rabbit into the rotisserie cage. Once it's secured, put the rotisserie in, get it spinning, and pop the lid back on, making sure that lid vent is to one side of the meat to promote even cooking. Now this cook should take around about 45 minutes, or for those of you who love to follow my beer timer, you're looking at a 2-beer cook. After 10 minutes, we need to spritz the rabbit, and I prefer to use a squeezy bottle to do this. Into a squeezy bottle, you want to put 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar and 1/2 cup of lemon juice and 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce or Worcestershire sauce or whatever you call it, and give it a good shake. Now spritzing is like spitting, but less gross. Now we want to spritz it now every 10 minutes, and we want to work fast to get that lid back on, because we don't want to lose too much heat. Spritzing adds moisture and layers of flavour, a bit like a day spa for your rabbit. Now while spritzing, I also take this chance to check the internal temp of the back legs with an instant read thermometer. We want that internal temp to be reading 76 degrees Celsius, and we know the rabbit's done then. Now if you don't own an instant read thermometer, you can try using your tongue. I just don't find it very accurate. Lid back on, grab yourself a drink and let it finish cooking. Now we're going to remove the rabbit from the spit once we've reached the internal temp we were looking for. And we need to let it rest for 1 minute per every 100 grams of meat. Resting is the final step to juicy perfection. Resting allows the fibres to relax, a bit like a post-barbecue nap. Now you can see how moist that is. Smut! Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and let me know what your favourite thing to barbecue is down in the comments.